will you fucking fight back?
Alright, welcome to Weeb Sheet.
What's up, guys? Going over chapter 1 of Kengan Omega.
Last time, our boy Koga just learned of the the Kengan matches. Wow, I had a brain fart.
It's alright.
Yeah. So
he learned about the Kengan matches through his buddy.
Yeah.
What's his name? Asari
Kusuke.
So yeah.
So he's he's now determined. So right off the bat, we see him leaving the airport wearing a really nice fucking shirt. I'm kind of jealous. Just trying to venture over to where he believes he needs to go. He's got an address written down on a piece of paper, so he's got a plan. He knows what to do.
Yeah, he seems to have style, unlike Oma.
Oh yeah, no, Oma just... I think remember, when he was entered, he, other than beating up that big guy, next time we saw him, he was literally dragging the carcass of a giant bear just to eat.
That's true.
Yeah,
he always wore just shirts and regular sweats. He
lived to fucking kill. This guy, he's got shades on, he's got, an undershirt and this, fucking nice, fucking designed, fitted bun-up. I really like that shirt.
Yeah, he definitely has style.
Yeah, I mean, okay, to be honest, anyone whose hair looks like that is never natural. They spend at least 30 to 45 minutes in the bathroom, putting fucking a gel in it to make sure each
anime
one...
hair is that cool though.
Yeah, no one wakes up with natural anime.
Whatever.
No one wakes up with protagonist hair, okay? Yeah. They wake up with bedhead hair. They wake up like their one friend, which you see on the next page, Asari. That's more normal. Alright? He does not look like a Dragon Ball character. He looks like a fucking nerd.
Which is actually a backflash of Koga thinking back on how, I guess, pretty much giving us how he got the address.
Yeah, because his friend was reviewing some information. He's going through everyone that could have been involved. He's finding all these industry people. So just sort of as we kind of found out from last time, the information got leaked. So he's finding out all information about the Kengan, and he's seeing. And on the next page, you see that he went through the industries, and it all makes sense. These are big industries, besides this one called the Yamashita Trading Company. Again, I am white. My pronunciation's shite, so get used to that.
I don't think anyone's gonna really care too much.
Yeah.
Let's hope they don't.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we see them again back at the diner, it appears to be.
Yeah.
They're going over everything, and he pretty much says there's only 3 people working at this company.
And they only came up, it was founded just 2 years ago, so they're a very brand new, very out of nowhere, they should not really exist or be a part of these, huge, large companies, but, yeah, no, they're a part of it, so if there's anyone that has information...
That is some big information we just received, though. The 2-year timeline. So we now have a timeline that is 2 years after Oma died.
No. They still haven't. They just say it was 2 years. Companies existed for 2 years.
Yeah, that's when it started. Literally right before the Kengan matches.
Yeah, but the thing is, they still in this series, they don't know that it was 2 years right after the match. I believe it's just.
Well, we know. That's what I'm saying.
Well, yeah, but we know later.
What do you mean? No, we know now. They just said it 2 years ago, my God.
Yeah, but they didn't say, so it's 2 years after the end of the, matches.
But that's when they started, at the beginning of the matches. So this is 2 years after the matches, no matter what.
We get clarification about all this next chapter, though, but...
Yeah. Alright, regardless.
By the way, I guess we should mention, we're gonna have, what is it, when you spoil something? Spoiler warning?
We should definitely have spoilers.
Well, okay. Well, we're starting Omega, so everyone knows the death and bullshit, and everyone will
Well, we're like a couple of weeks behind. We will eventually catch up to the manga.
Yeah, but no. Anyone who's reading the manga has read Azura, and everyone who read Azura knows all about this shit. So. Yeah. Well, either way, it's 2 years. This company's existed, and so fucking our boys like Koga is walking up to this business. I guess he found it on the address.
He finally pulls up to a building, gets out of the taxi, and sees some old guy sweeping outside the building.
Yep.
He's wearing a face mask, a hat,
glasses.
I guess a tracksuit. Like, you can't really see.
Yeah, he looks like he's just a standard janitor guy. And he basically just, like, Koga asks him, like, hey, yo, is this the train company? And the guy's like, yeah, it is. And fucking Koga just like says like, all right, thanks. Thanks for the info.
He gives him $100 per
10,000 yen.
10,000 yen,
which is roughly $100.
Yeah, exactly.
And the guy's like, I can't accept this. The Koga just says like, he doesn't care. It's not even his money. And the old guy freaks out more. Like, that's even worse. Whose money is this?
So clearly, this is how he gets his nice clothes, stealing from people.
Yeah, he's not your hardworking delivery boy. He's your I'm gonna rob you and look cool doing it boy.
Yeah.
So he's walking up these stairs. He has, like, the look, basically. He doesn't want to sneak. He just wants to fucking meet these people. He's going to get the information by force. He's going to join this by force. He's just going to go straight to
He's so determined. He's got the determined look on.
The determination of your average protagonist. Fucking
As soon as he opens the door, boom, no one's there.
It's an empty standard office, like 2 desks and, like, couch or so. Just, like, no one's there. There's nothing. And he's even confused, and it's like, the old guy just stands right next to him and says, yeah, because it's Saturday.
Like, I don't know what Koga expected. Like, let me go into a building.
I don't think Koga's ever actually had a job, so I don't think he knows of the normal 9 to 5. So,
regardless, it actually scares him. Like, the guy pretty much snuck right behind him, didn't even notice or anything.
Yeah. So, and then basically the guy basically says, like, you're lucky because he decided to come on his day off just to tidy up. And Koga's, like, confused. He's like, what do you mean?
He's like, who the hell are you?
And then the other guy, we find out he's basically Yashimina Kazu, who, if you read the Azura, he was basically the guy in charge of Oma the entire time. He was our, like...
If he's not the protagonist,
He was basically...
He's a supporting cast.
He's a supporting cast.
Yeah, for sure.
But he was basically our view of the world, because he was he's Mr. Joe Schmo, average normal guy, viewing this insane athletes, and basically he was the only one reacting normally. Because everyone's like, oh, I can punch through a rock with my dick. And he's like, that shouldn't be physically possible. That's crazy. While every other fighter's just like, oh, that is a worthy challenge. And it's like, what the hell is wrong with you people?
I love that you just said that, like, he was our eyes.
Yeah.
And this is a nice, cool little twist they did. Because now we've seen him grow a lot in Azura. And it's going to be 2 years even after that. So we don't even know how much more he's grown.
But the thing is, you just see, like, he just generally seems healthier and happier. He seems... Because, like, most of the time...
He doesn't have anxiety anymore.
I mean, he looks a lot... He just, like... That's what I'm saying. He looks healthier. He actually looks younger than he did in the last series. Which is kind of funny, because the whole 2-year arc, he just seems a bit more revived. And just cheerful. Because, like, every page, especially the first several chapters, he was just stressed and depressed as fuck. So, Koga's just like, what? This guy's a CEO? He doesn't even have any aura. He's like, doesn't have this imposing, like fortitude or anything like that. Going
back to Metsudo, the former Kengan matches leader.
Yeah.
His aura, like...
Yeah, every time
was able to kill people.
Every time he was on, like, a panel... He always had this little outline, basically like, yo, I'm powerful as hell. If you go near me, you'll get fucked up. Yashimina's boss, basically, like...
The Nogi group?
Yeah, Nogi. Yeah. He literally was just, like, the moment you saw him, you're like, yeah, I'm all powerful. But then you just see Yashimina, he's like, you know, I'm just here.
Which makes sense in why he was able to, like, sneak up on him, I guess. Oh, that's pretty cool, like... Yeah. I kind of dig that.
I just like how he's just healthier and happier. Yeah. So... They, like, basically have a cup of tea and they sit on the couch and they're like, okay, let's just discuss. What do you want to talk about? Why are you here? And
Koga like doesn't hide around the bush or anything. Yeah. He just says it right out. He's like, put me in the Kengan matches.
Yeah, I know you're involved with the Kengan matches. I just want to be part of these Kengan matches. And if you go to the next page, Yasumi's just like, okay, how about we go visit one of these? And it's just, he's so happy. He's like, sure, why not? And Koga is just dumbfounded, like, what? Like, he was expecting a challenge, a fight, like he
wasn't expecting him to be like, yeah, I'm one of the guys that works for the Kengan matches.
Yeah, how about we just go visit a match right now so you can see what it's like? And they just stroll down too, because I guess there is a like, you know, there are more, like, he's on the way to visit one of these matches. Yoshimina's explaining it to Koga, like, there's more of these undergrounded martial art organizations than one would believe.
Can I just say what everybody would be thinking if they would be with the CEO? Why are we walking?
Yeah.
Exactly what Koga says.
Yeah,
why are we going on foot? Why don't we have a limo or something?
Because Yashimina, he's a man of the people, and it's just like, if I can walk there, I will.
He's so humble. He's so humble.
He doesn't need the diamond-encrusted, like, king. He just wants to enjoy his time. Like, he'll get there. He's all right. It's fine. He's so much happier. Again, his image, his face is so much healthier, younger than he was.
He has like less wrinkles somehow. I think it's the money. I
think it's also not having a horrible, stressful life job.
I think it's not having a terrible boss on top of him anymore.
No, it wasn't a terrible boss. Oh no, his direct supervisor was a terrible boss.
He was. Oh my god.
Yeah.
But yeah, they go into mentioning the other...
Which we see there is the second one, which is Purgatory. Then there's the Bishamon. And then there is another one.
Death Fight.
Yeah. So those are the up-and-coming ones. Purgatory is the second biggest. And basically, like, these are coming more and more. I think they speculate just because of the last Kengan tournament, like, all the terrible things that happened there. These are now starting to grow because Kengan Association just got really rattled last time.
Yeah, and we could also assume that all these places are becoming bigger because of the internet age. Since it is taking around our time. Like, the story is around our time.
And more people are wanting to watch these cool, amazing fights, and it's easier to watch these videos. So, basically, you wouldn't believe, but there's an organization of the Tokyo Dove, of all places. So they're just explaining, like, he's just filling Kogan all his information that usually would be very, like, hush-hush, but he's just telling them everything. And then Yashimi is like, yeah, but honestly, the Kengan matches are still the highest level. Or that's what I like to think.
Yeah.
Like, he still bullies no matter what these little organizations that are growing and popping up. It's just... you're not going to get the level that we're at. So.
He takes him to a rinky-dink location, pretty much.
It's just a warehouse. Yeah.
But we do see super nice cars outside. Yeah. So right off the bat, kind of gives it
like a Lexus and all that shit.
And
you walk in there and...
so many big, powerful businessmen are in there.
Everyone's wearing a fine suit. There's, like, Kengan members, a lot of CEOs, and then there's presidents, daughters, and this and that, and, like, all these very important people.
Yeah, and Koga, like, mentions how they're all talking about the Kengan matches, how cool it is to see, like, all these big shots here.
What's kind of funny is that, like, the Sura, when Yashimina went to his first match, he was freaking out because he knew who all these important people were. But Koga comes in here... I don't think Koga knows who the hell any business people are. He's just like, whatever, they're rich, famous people. He's just taking it, he doesn't give a shit.
Yeah, he's there for the fight, so he doesn't really care about the big guys.
So basically, once, like, they're all coming around on the next page, he's just basically like, alright, I finally get to see some of these fighters. He's referring to how he still wants to find Noma.
He's like shocked that there's no like fighting ring or anything.
Yeah.
And Yamashita pretty much says, yeah, if we be like bringing all this stuff in,
it'd be hassle.
Yeah. Not only would it be a hassle, it'll kind of give away our locations, so it's much easier to just do it this way.
But finally, like when they come to see the fighters, Koga finally reacts. He's like,
my God.
Holy shit, these are real fighters, because we get to see Ima Cosmo, who was from Azura last time and got to the top 8.
Love him.
Yeah.
Awesome guy.
Fucking Brazilian jiu-jitsu.
One of my favorite fighters in the whole tournament.
But he looks a lot more buff. His forearms and quads definitely got some more muscle.
He's huge now. Like, not huge, but like, compared to how he was.
Yeah, he was
he's like double his own size, which is not big compared to the fighters.
Series, he was just ripped and abs. Like, he was just a very strong abdominal and grip guy. Now he looks like he got some serious weight, and then he's facing against this other guy,
Johnny Waters.
Yeah, and he's basically, he looks like a very solid, strong. I want to say, I
mean, we have him side to side. He doesn't look that much bigger than him.
But when we go down, we'll figure out there's actually a huge weight difference and all this shit. So. Yeah.
Johnny Waters is actually from California.
USA. Woo woo.
So Koga mentions it.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, oh, that guy's like second in the lightweight division. He's gonna be amazing. That guy's gonna have no shot against him. Talking about Cosmo, pretty much. Yeah,
and he's like, yeah, but these Kengan matches don't have weight classes. It's just like whatever, you go in, you fight whoever. And he just finds out that he's going against Cosmo, who's only 22 years old.
Which is actually did he say that's about his age?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's like, no. The thing is, he like, he's like, yeah, that's pretty close to you. Isn't
Yamashita mentions how it's pretty close to his age.
Thing is, Koga never told him that. Like, Koga doesn't react to that. But the thing is, if you're reading through all this, Koga never said like, hey, I'm 21 or 23. He's just
I mean, I guess we could tell, like, he's about your age.
Yeah, but it's just starting to show that Yashimita seems to know a lot of information. Like, more than
he's able to tell. Like, remember during the Kengan Asura, he was able to... He picked out the fighters that were going to win.
Mm-hmm.
So...
hold on a minute. My battery's going low.
Can you actually pause it real quick? Let me get... Ashley's outside.
Alright. Oh, she's outside? Alright, let me just put that to a pause. Alright, now we're back. Right there. So basically Yashimita is just giving a lot of information. And then he's like, as much as like Koga's impressed with Johnny Waters, he's just like, yeah, I wouldn't put too much emphasis. I would watch the other guy.
Yeah. He mentions how he looks like a karate fighter. And Koga's like, what? I never even told him I'm a karate fighter.
Yeah, it's just, again, like, Yashimi just gives all this air, like, I know shit. Like, be wary. So...
Referee kind of starts it off, take your stance.
And then, you just see Yashimita basically say, Johnny shouldn't be the one you should be, like, paying attention to. And then the match begins. So
second it starts, Cosmo lands a blow to Johnny Waters' face.
I still say it could have been a kick. Cosmo wasn't a blow. Yeah.
So I don't know. It could be a punch. I'm thinking it's a punch. Mike thinks
Cosmo doesn't punch though. Like that's where I'm just going at. But yeah, he gets a straight up like a strike right on the face. So Waters,
and it wobbles him.
Yeah.
Like we see his eyes kind of go almost.
Yep, and then he basically responds with basically a
left hook,
but Cosmo easily dodges that. Johnny Waters like tries to go in. He's striking
so many punches, like a fury.
Yeah, but the thing is, he's got his shoulders up, so he's deflecting them a bit.
Yeah,
and then the moment Waters goes into a straight up strike, Cosmo just roundhouse kicks him in the face, and you just see Waters go down like that. Probably like 4 or 5 seconds, I suspect.
Yeah, that was definitely a quick fight.
Yeah,
and they have a winner.
And
to no shock, it's Cosmo.
Yeah.
May I just say?
If you wonder at Azura, it's of course going to be Cosmo. So Cosmo, like our boy Koga, is just starting to sweat, like what the fuck, like. How he do this? It was just in 2 strikes, and it's like, it's Cosmo.
Yeah, he mentions what we mentioned earlier. Cosmo was top 8 2 years ago. So
at the age of 19.
So now he's 21.
Yeah.
And killing it, pretty much.
And like basically, he's like more or less disappointed he couldn't get him in one shot. Nonetheless, the fact that he even won the match.
Yeah, and. Yamashita does mention how
he was his grappler.
Yes,
and basically, but he's improved his striking capabilities, but the thing is he was a grappler, so that's why it's really weird to see him striking people, just in general. Like, yeah, he tried that a few times in the Kengan, just his last resort. Out. Yeah, because that's not what he did, but he put on a lot more beef now, so...
Wait, I would love to see, like, some flashbacks of him training. I guarantee you Adam Dunley...
We're gonna get some flashbacks of these guys.
Adam Dunley is definitely still training with him.
I fucking love Dunley.
He's awesome.
So, basically, Koga's just like... Yeah, now Koga's realizing, like, he's about my age, and he's like... Koga's got better build than him, but... Like, yeah, he realized now that just because you have better, more muscle...
He knows he's nowhere near the same league as Cosmo.
Yeah, you've been more through enough fights. Like, Yoshimiya's like, I can tell, you've been through fights, but you got what it takes to be, like, martial artists, but do you have enough to basically be in the Kengan matches? Yeah. And he just stares at him blankly like, yeah, no, you may be strong, but this is another, like, league of bullshit.
He even says, like, if you are as strong as you think you are, you're definitely going to be able to tell the gap between you and Cosmo himself.
So,
and Koga does accept it. He does, like, pretty much say, alright, I won't give up, though.
Yeah.
So, again...
And yeah, the weird thing is, Yoshimi, you see he's now imposing his aura, especially in, like, the last bomb battles right there. You just see, like, yeah, no, this is not for you. Like, this is not where you belong unless you fucking get stronger. And then Koga stands his ground. He's like, no, I'm not giving up. He will stand still. It's like, all right. So, like, Koga even admits he's no match for Cosmo right now, but he's just not going to give up on the idea of someone who's stronger than me. Or there's, like, just, no, he's not going to give up.
And that reminds Yamashita of Oma again, because that's the whole story of Kengan Asura. Oma just wanted to be the strongest.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of sad he didn't accomplish that.
Well, he kind of did in a way that kind of pushed it to the point where he died.
I mean, his name was, like, legendary at that point, but he grew so much just throughout the Kengan matches itself.
Yeah, kind of... Still sucks he fucking died.
Yeah.
Like that.
He was probably, like... one of the best protagonists we've ever seen in manga. He's pretty cool.
Well, like, he wasn't even that complex. He was just I want to fight.
Exactly. And he was Goku.
He's Goku.
He was a realistic Goku.
He's Goku without the happiness, to be honest.
Just darkness.
So he's Goku with Vegeta's hate. But not even hate. Just Vegeta's, like, willingness to just, like, fight.
He's got a One Piece background story. All One Piece background stories are the saddest things you'll ever see in your life.
Yeah, no, there's no one cheerful from any One Piece, like, protagonist. Yeah, no shit, I can't think of one cheerful, like...
None of them have a happy story. So, but yeah.
Yep, so, alright. And then, so Yashimita's like, okay, he contemplates it and, like, You're not a fighter right now. You're just gonna die. So
he makes him a fighter apprentice. That's so cool. I didn't even know there was a thing.
Yeah, and he's just like, okay, just start working for me, and I'll as a fighter apprentice, I'll put you in shape. And Koga's just like, work? What? And then, like, as Koga's trying to realize that Cosmo just comes up, he's like, Yoshimita, the match was awesome. Like, he's like thanking him for another great opponent.
So, Yamashita was the one that gave him the opponent.
Yeah.
Like, that says something about him.
Yeah.
He sets up fights now. Like...
Yeah. And Koga's just, like, realizing, like, no one was ever near us, and everyone's kind of, like, keeping their distance and, like, in a respectful, like, way. As if, like, Yoshimita's got the most power in the room.
And that's when Koga finally figures it out.
Like, this guy's got some power, like, got some pull, and...
Everybody in the room is talking about him. Yeah. Oh my god.
And Koga finally starts sweating. He's like, who really is this guy?
Yeah.
So we then cut to a completely different place of like a castle.
Huge mansion.
Castle McMansion.
Whatever it is. Beautiful, obviously.
And it's a
hooded figure facing one of the bodyguards.
And the bodyguard basically is the infiltrating the mention of Katsuhiro Matsuda.
It's Nikaido Ren.
Yep. So
I think we've met him before.
He was one of the main guys of the Azura. And basically, he's like holding his ground and saying like, "Listen, you've come on my ground. You want to fight me? We'll fucking fight." And like, unfortunately, the hood figure's just like, "I'm just here to speak to Katsura. I don't really want to fight." He's just kind of confused.
He does not care.
Yeah.
Ren does not care. He just charges him.
Yep, and basically with a Heavenly Wolf Fist, which is just a running, just low punch, probably.
Reminds me of Yamcha. He goes to punch him, and he gets taken down so fast. Like, in the blink of an eye.
Just completely just throws him to the ground, and it's just like, even below his punch, he's like...
He does the same move as Oma. Like, he disappears from where he was so fast, he didn't even notice until the blow should have landed.
And the guy is just like, "Listen, I'll just find someone else if you're not going to help me." And it looks like he was about to punch him in the face or something like that, but then suddenly, like, a voice basically comes up and says, like, "Alright, enough. Stop fighting."
Yeah, and they both, like, the hooded figure, like, kind of jumps off the bodyguard, and the bodyguard goes to jump up real quick. And we found out it's
the ex-chairman.
Metsudo.
Yeah, who was
Katara.
the ex-chairman of the Kengan Association last time.
It's his current advisor, so he still plays a big part in it, for sure.
Oh, yeah, you see, he if I recall last time, the only reason he gave up on the whole presidency thing was just because he wanted more challenge. He wanted it to be...
He was getting bored.
Yeah.
Like,
it's boring when there's no change in it, so fuck it. So... he asked, like, Hood Figure, "What do you want from me? Like, why are you here?" And then our Hood Figure's just like, "Oh, Grandpa was right. He's got an amazing aura." And, yeah, because he's a friggin' ex-president. So, basically, he's kind of like, he's still trying to figure out what's going on. Our Hood Figure, like, "I was told I should talk to you." So, guys like, "Why do you want to talk to me? I'm just an old bastard."
When he pulls down his hoodie,
everyone is shocked.
They're like, "What?"
Yeah, Matsudo's shocked, Ren is shocked, and basically the hood figure comes out and says, like,
he introduces himself. He's like, "My name's Gao Ryuki." Gao Ryuki.
And he just wants to enter the Kengan match, but the reason why everyone is freaked out is...
looks exactly like Oma.
Picture image of Oma. And, like, even, like, Matsuda is, like, freaking out, like, did he say Gao?
Yeah, like, it feels like his mind shattered.
Yeah, because he looks exactly like Oma.
So, we get, like, the background info again, which is,
like... and he realized, like, because he puts it together, so Oma's master was Tokita Nico, and his master was Gao Mukako,
who's the guy that started all the Nico fighters.
So, wait, oh shit, I just kind of like put it, if this guy's Gao Riku,
that must be
his grandfather's probably Gao Mukaku.
Oh my god, if his grandfather's Gao Mukaku.
And
there could be one more generation before...
No, I think it's just straight up Gao Mukaku, because he's the one who started the whole Nico Fist and all that
Regardless of, they're all like...
they're like the super strong fighters from, like, Nowhereville. And then... like, he's just realizing, like, holy shit, this guy's gonna be really fucking strong and really fucking important. And he's also still coming to the realization he looks exactly like spitting image of Oma to a really weird extent.
Yeah, and he's like, again, getting excited. Like, that's all he's about.
This is gonna be fun.
Exactly.
Because he's just in it to have some, like, shits and gigs. And... he's like, "Alright, you want to be a part of the thing? The Kengan membership? Like, it's going to be some little, like..."
He tells him he's going to talk to him about it later.
Yeah.
He's got some business to attend to, so I'm guessing it's Kengan Match's business?
Yeah, because he's not in charge of it, but he's like, "I know someone that can help you get involved." And it just shows, like, our boy, Yashimura and, Koga, like, discussing. He's like, "Yeah, I know someone that could help you get in," because he's obviously referring to Yashimura. And he's like, "Yeah, no."
Yeah, he kind of, like, introduced me, kind of questions it, so we'll see who he's talking about.
It's gonna be Yashimita because it's literally the last image is literally of Yashimita basically.
Right after he
doing the same thing with Koga. The only difference is Koga is gonna be thrown right into like the Koga is like such an underlevel like person, but he's trying to do the same exact thing as Ryuki is trying to do.
Yeah. So as soon as he says, "Oh, you're gonna introduce me to him," it cuts back to Yamashita and Koga, and he says, "Yeah, I'm sure he's definitely gonna be able to help you."
Yeah,
and that's how the chapter ends.
Yeah, so basically, right now, it's bringing in a bunch, like showing the fighters, like of the Kengan tournaments in this like era, like trying to get involved. And one of the things we kind of like, I kind of pointed out like from a while ago is like. So in the Kengan Azura, Yashimita was our eyes in the view of this Kengan match bullshit because it was such an extreme thing, and just for anyone normal seeing this, it would be insane. Because like these are like fighters that are like punching through granite with their pinky and like lifting up cars with like one hand and fighting to the point of death like it's nothing, and then these CEOs are like easily like spending billions of dollars on this and easily like for like just stupid money. So from a normal person's standpoint, this is crazy, and he was our eyes in the view. I
think now we're going to be getting Koga's eyes.
Yeah, Koga's eyes.
Or Fighter's eyes, because we do see this the new guy that looks like Oma, Ryuki. Gao Ryuki. So
they're both going to be very new to this whole world thing.
I think they're both going to be our new sets of eyes.
But Koga's going to be our eyes because Koga's a strong person, but he's a strong person in regards to us. Whereas Ryuki, if he's anything like Oma, is a strong person in reference to God or something like that.
He took down like a bodyguard like it was nothing.
And those bodyguards are all like the most elite class fighters that you could ever get.
Yeah.
So the fact is like,
it's going to be exciting.
We're going to get a lot of introduction. I think Koga, So, like, right now in the Omega, Koga is our Yashimita from Azura. So he's just going to be our... because Yashimita is not normal anymore. Yashimita's in control of everything.
He's in a whole other level.
Yeah.
Man.
He's the top dog of, like, I can wield power like no other. And Koga doesn't really... doesn't care for the business power, but the fighter power, he's going to be constantly outclassed.
But we also always knew Yamashita had some power to tell who the good fighters were and who they weren't. And it seems like this 2-year time skip has kind of like made him realize his power and get a hold of it, because...
Especially since he's now like probably like the one who has more control.
Exactly. And he was able to just tell who was who's going to win, and... Oh, he called it that Koga does karate. Like, how can you do that?
Well, he also kind of called out the fact that he was around his age and seemed to know a lot more about Koga than Koga ever let on. Because all Koga did was like, listen, I like fighting and I want to be part of this like tournament stuff, and I know you're involved. And before you even tried like pestering on, he's like, okay, yeah, let's watch a match now. Yeah. Let's just see it. Let's see how you react
to how strong these people are.
Yeah, and how weak you are.
Yeah.
And so, let's just say, it seems like just Yashimita seems to know about Koga a little bit. Like
Koga's just lucky he reminded Yashimita of Oma a little bit, or else Yashimita wouldn't have been like, come by.
Alright, so I guess that's the end of the discussion / review of Chapter 1 of Kengan Omega.
Yep.
Alright, bye-bye.